Yay, and I've got some ticks up there in that little box that says we are live, Tiffany.
Awesome.
So, how are you today? Here we are.
Awesome. I'm doing well, very well,
Yeah.
actually. How are you?
Excellent. Good. What did you get up to today? Anything?
Painting as usual. I always tell myself I'm not going to paint, but I do. So,
It's just one of those things you do. Well,
how
that's
about
good.
yourself?
So, well, I had my 4-year-old grandson today. Stayed with
Oh,
me, so we
lovely.
were out in the garden and, what did we do? I'm going to a little retreat this weekend, and I made a bed in the back of my car, so he had fun playing cubbies on my bed in the back of the car, and we had a good old time. What else did we do? We picked blackberries and, lemons, and I've got a little sunroom with a lovely hothouse and some plants, so he got the little spray bottle and he had a great time. So, hey, Leonie, thanks very much for your comment. We have got a few people joining us. Welcome to tonight's time with Tiffany and myself, and we are here to reignite, re-energize, and support you to feel revitalized. And I love talking about passion and vitality and purpose. So we are here to light your world up tonight. And Tiffany and I both share a love of Young Living essential oils. So we will be pulling some oil cards. Tiff's got some cards to set the tone. I think you've already pulled a card, haven't you, Tiff, for the night?
I have. I actually pulled the pregnancy card. So, new
Oh, that's
ideas, births, and creations, which is what I'm all about. So, that's lovely.
fantastic. I love that. Is that something particularly that you are interested in for 2022, or is that just TIFF in general?
I've always tried to be a bit of an inspiration and whatnot. My dear and nearest do call me Tinkerbell, so I'm a little bit of a fairy.
Yes, I think that's lovely, and I've seen, your artwork and your videos and what you do, and, when we have our chats, I've really got my head around, I sort of feel like I know you, the kind of person you are, but I haven't even met you in person, but it's been a fantastic journey to get to know you, uh, through our
So
lives and our
lovely to meet you too.
oh, we're having a great time. And, we each week we get on into a group called Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom, where we get together and we talk about oils, we do readings, we learn about what we can do to support the organs in our body, and we just share our passion of essential oils. So tonight, if you like what we are doing, come and find us. I've got, where did I put my link tree? I didn't grab it before I jumped on, but it is in the header of our live here. And you can either connect with Tiffy or you can connect with me, friend request us, come and join our oil community. Tonight, we're going to talk about things we do to keep ourselves upbeat and alive using Young Living and natural ways of living. But over to you, Tiff. Oh no, you've talked about the card. Is there anything else you'd like to share about that?
I also pulled what's the word? It escapes me. An affirmation for us,
Yes.
actually. And
Nice.
it was, I embrace my inner strength, power, and resilience, and I
Oh,
allow myself to shine, which is exactly what we're here to talk about. So
yes.
it aligns perfectly. I just love it when that happens.
Yes. Okay. So, Leonie, we've got something. You need that for you, and you've not been yourself since your miscarriage. Love your passion. Fantastic. Well, come on over if you've got questions about how to bounce back and questions about what you can use. Tonight, we will be doing I kind of call this a bit of fun, pulling out cards and pulling out oils. I have oil cards. I have some of my oils behind me here tonight. Oh, I haven't put my diffuser on, so I'll do that. Um, so that I can have some beautiful aromatic air floating around my space. So we will be asking you to let us know if you would like us to pull you a card. In between, we're going to be chattering, bantering, and we would love to interact with anyone who has got questions or would like a card or some information. And hello to Rosie, who has joined us, and Jane, Louise, Lisa, Sophie. Good to have you here. So if you're ready to step into a new space and open up your heart and open up all the cells in your body so you feel really vitalized, you are in the right place tonight. So, Tiff, can you just tell me? I heard Tiff's got quite a few children, and we were having a chat tonight. And I'm always getting to know Tiff and picking her brains and saying, what oils do you use in your family? And you had a beautiful story about your little girl. Would you like to tell us about your little girl and what she's done with one of her oils?
Yeah, no problem. Before school ended last year, they were lucky enough to be able to go on a school camp, and she was really worried about sleeping away from home. And I was able to make her up, just like calls it a magic oil, and in a little roller with some of the V6 oil that we have,
Carrier oil?
and she was able to take it with her, and we practiced for a few nights beforehand, putting it on and making it part of the bedtime routine, and
Nice.
really setting an intention about how she's safe and things like that. And she was able to take it away to camp with her and self monitor and self apply, and she didn't have a problem at all, and she still uses it and asked me to refill it. And
Oh,
it
isn't
was honestly, I was so stressed about sending her away because
it? Mm,
bedtime has been the biggest struggle,
mhm.
really. And it was just such a relief to hear that, it wasn't an issue for her. And she used the tools that she was given, and she had a great time. So that was great.
Isn't it fantastic? I love that, because really you're empowering your daughter to know that if there's something going wrong, there's a way that she can handle it or deal with it. So, I know before I started my spiritual journey, my journey into, in reinventing myself, which has been going on for many, many years, um, I was I didn't use oils in the way I use them, and I know using the oils for me has helped my transformation. So fantastic to hear that you've used this on your daughter. And I know a lot of parents do this. They make up a little oil blend for their children and they empower their children. And I think it's great that you can also put them on your children at night as part of your ritual at bedtime, because they really do. You put an oil on your little one and and I've just seen, because I work with them with my grandchildren, and I just love seeing their little faces going, oh, and they snuggle into your, or if you can't get them into bed, you can kind of go, well, come and, I'm going to put some oils on your feet. And if you're not in bed within 2 minutes, well, you'll be missing out. And you'll see those little kids just running and, wanting to be in bed. So it becomes part of that ritual, which takes the stress out of life, doesn't it? Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. And we use the monster spray. Um,
Oh, yes,
so that we also find that very handy. We put a bit of sleepy
yes.
magic scents in that, and we've made a little bottle for it, so we'll spray all the monsters away. And the kids, we'll
Ah,
let them have a spritz, and once again
yes,
empowering, and then they're not
yes.
scared of the monsters anymore because we've applied the spray and magic.
I love that idea. So what do you put in your monster spray?
I believe Young Living has a lovely a blend on that. But you can use things like the witch hazel with your essential oils and a few other things. But I can even go ahead and find that and put that up somewhere, maybe in the comments
Well, maybe if
afterwards.
people want to know what's in the monster spray, you could write in the comments. I'd love to know what's in the monster spray, and Tiff might be able to get back to you. Or it's a bit hard for me to share your timeline on this, Tiff, but or
Yeah,
find me bottle of carriage, a bottle of carriage. I'm not sure whether you meant carriage or courage, but it's greatly only when you've got, I've got over 200 oils I can choose from, and it becomes overwhelming, I will admit. But it doesn't really matter because the one you grab has always got something to do some giving for you. So yeah, so I'm going to thread tonight with some. I'm going to thread some stories for Tiff and from Tiff, and see what other little tricks you've got up your sleeve, because I know that you took. Can I say you took to the oils like a duck takes to water?
Absolutely, you can.
And I will ask you more about that. But let's see if we can both. So what we will do, we'll both pull a card for Leonie. I will put your name up so Tiff can see your name and tune into your energy. Because you can't see the comments, Tiff, can you? Or if you've
No,
got your
my
phone.
other device has not let me in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Emma, that's a lovely thing to say. Oh, going on Wellington, New Zealand right now. Yes, so we need some calm. And, my stance is I'd love to be in Canberra or I'd love to be in Wellington, but I feel like I'm holding the energy from a distance. We need lots of love and peace and beautiful, calm energy. And what would you say, the energy for truth to be, part of where we're moving forward. And I think it's great that people are they're standing in their power and they're starting to talk about what they really feel they need and they want in our life. So if I'm looking down, just writing some names down. So I've got Leonie, then I've got Kim, I've got Jane Lawson, and then Amy Lee.
So beautiful, Leonie.
Yes.
I've pulled this wonderful travel card. It'll be back to front, but we'll give it a go anyway.
No, it's not back to front. That's sometimes Zoom does that. Not. Yeah, it's interesting.
Wonderful.
Yes. Another reason why I like on these on
that's so
StreamYard.
handy, technology.
Yes.
So for me, I'm getting that you should really reconnect with nature. It can potentially mean a new career is on the rise or a promotion, but put it to the wind, get out there, I reckon. You said you were almost at Wellington, so you are traveling, aren't you? Doesn't that mean you're on the move actually as we speak, maybe?
Almost at Wellington. Okay. What's this? That's Emma, is it? Oh, so that's okay. That's all right. It's hard to keep up. And hello, Christine. Thanks for joining. All right, so keep going because we've kind of got a bit. Does that?
No, that's fine. Sorry. So yeah, and the fairies are very much about playing and reconnecting with yourself and making sure to pay attention to, or any little messages that they're leaving you, feathers, butterflies, dragonflies. So get out there and reconnect. The magic's out there. There's so much magic out there.
And when I look at that, it's like, you're on your way, where the journey's taking you, in charge of that journey, which is quite exciting. Let's know, Leonie, if there is a journey that you are working towards. It might be an inner journey, or it might be a relocation. It might be something new in your career. Let's know. Give us some feedback. And I've picked up one of a deck of my essential oil blend cards, and I'm going to choose an oil for you. So these cards represent some of the blends we have. Now, I've actually pulled out one, which is forgiveness, but on the back it was also surrender. So let's know, Leonie. Oh my God, I'm in too big, but feeling the need to leave this bad life. I'm in to move to something happier. Well, there you go. So no wonder maybe you've got some things going on, and forgiveness. So you need to choose to forgive. And even in this, it's around surrendering, because if we're in the energy of blame, if we're in the energy of and it's at the moment it's quite intense with what's going on. If you're in tune with all the these kind of things, the energy around the world is we are all in a state of flux. Everything's changing, and we've all had to reevaluate, and we've all had to look at ourselves. We've, at least the lockdowns have given us the ability or the time to, go within and realize that we're not going to get the rewards externally anymore. And I think a lot of people are tuning into that. So that may be, resonate with you.
Sorry.
So you go.
A big thing with forgiveness too is to not only realize that, like, if you need to forgive another person, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to allow them access to your energy anymore or your life, you know. And forgiveness is very important to do within as well. Before I got the saying, throw it to the wind. And I think that might relate to the forgiveness that you're talking about is, you know,
Yeah.
forgiveness does, you know, they say forgive and forget. I don't think that's correct. I think forgive and learn and grow and move forward. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, good luck with that, Leonie. I'm wishing you much love.
Yes, yeah. And now the card surrender, which by the way, this is an oil. So forgiveness is an oil. I should have grabbed that out to show you. Here is forgiveness. And this is a beautiful oil to rub on your heart so that you can actually heal that tension that's going on and, you know, bring yourself back to a sense of oneness with yourself. So we've got forgiveness, and the other one is surrender, which is accepting life as it is and others as they are. So in your situation, you've got somebody that you want to you I feel like I need to leave and want to leave, but I have a partner at the moment, so I can't just up and leave. So what you need to do is surrender that you're both, there's some differences going on, and you've got to surrender to your higher purpose is what this is about. And it's about surrendering to your higher purpose, and then the abundance will start flowing. Sometimes when we're trying to push the universe, it's not always the right time, or it might be the right time, and you've got to know that within yourself. If you want more details around that, you're going to need to book a reading with Tiff, or have a reading with myself if you're interested in working through those emotions. And I'll just see if I can find, and here is the surrender oil. Now what I would do with this is I would put it on the palm of my hand. I'd pop a drop in the palm of my hand. I'd activate the oil, smell it, move it in my aura, or rub it around my neck or up my arms, wherever I felt I needed to. And I would be saying, I surrender. I think a good affirmation would be, I surrender to my highest good. And be aware of listening to those nudges and what are they telling you. Sometimes, the idea of moving away is just running away from something that's going to be recreated. So you've got to really dig deep into your heart and see what is working for you. And if it's the right thing for you to do to up and leave, to your highest good, darling, or you might have a typo. I surrender to my highest good. And, just it doesn't have to be a rush. The universe will support you if that's what you're meant to do. And if you're doing things in divine timing, things will just fall into place. So, I would be recommending, grab yourself some oils. You're not the New Zealand lady. We get confused. But if you're in New Zealand and you haven't got these beautiful Young Living oils, you can get them from Young Living. So my heart tells me to leave, but also my heart tells me to stay. So it sounds like you're in a bit of a tight situation in the course. So I am a bit stuck. Okay. So what I would be looking at doing, well, okay, if you're not, obviously you're not really quite fully in there to leave. So what you need to do is to surrender to what situation you are in, and that will create a bit of movement. That's the way I would look at things for you. Now we're going to move to the lovely Kim Steele. Now, you people, thanks for joining us. You're going to need to stay on board if you want a reading, because I'm going to have to, I'm going to read your names out that I've got written down so far. Kim, Jane, Debbie, Olivia, and then Amy Lee. So, and Emma, did you need a reading? Let me know. Here's Kim. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Kim. How are you, darling? So I pulled a card for you and had a jumper at the same time. So there you go. Rebirth. I'm getting. I know a little bit about your situation, so I won't go into too much detail. But so that's looking like what's
Mm,
going on for you. You know, you just need to keep doing that inner work we've been talking about. And then I pulled a bit of a heavy card for you. Whom do you need to forgive? It's time for you to release any old anger and any old resentment that you've got going on, whether that be towards yourself or outward to person, place, etc. Um, yeah, it's time to let it go. And we can talk
yes.
about that more because letting go, I think, is one of the hardest things to do, actually.
Mm. But the interesting thing is, when all my teenagers left home, and they all left home too early. By the end of year 12, all four of them had left home. And there's always a good side and a downside to anything. But, I had to let them go. And I always felt that I had to let them go in order for them to be able to come back to me. Because if I was holding on too tight, they wouldn't want to come back, because once they did move on, I used to think, well, they might feel too constricted. So there's that gift in letting go, that would be very supportive. And the oil or card that has come to mind for you, Kim, is Valor. And this one is it's a fabulous oil. I choose to tap into my endless well of strength. So it gives you peace, but it gives you a sense of calm. And what I really like for this one is, what happened for me was, it when I started using these oils, I was in a situation where I needed to do a lot of letting go of a situation in my past. But the Valor gave me the strength to handle that and to um, process and to work through the situation I had in my life. So, any of you are feeling, in overwhelm and overload, and you don't know what to do, you don't know who to turn to, grab yourself. It's a kit. Steph's got her kit sitting there behind her. Grab yourself one of our premium starter bundles, and you can change your life. So I'm going to come to Jane next, but before we move to Jane and Debbie and Olivia and Amy and Zanelle and Christine, what I want you to do is just tell me what you've been using these oils for about 4 months now, and can you just think of a story you'd like to share about how it's changed your life? What has it done for you? Why are you happy to say to other people, grab yourself some oils?
So many reasons. Where do I begin? For a long time for me, I guess that spiritually, emotionally, mentally, I was just like stuck. And I just needed like, I didn't know why, I just needed an extra spark, an extra, little bit of motivation. And on my down days, like they're there for me and stuff. My partner works away, so that can be quite hard. And
Yeah, you've got a tough gig
yeah,
going.
it can be hard. And
Yes.
I remember one day in particular, I was talking to him on the phone, and I was just having a particularly rough day, and I was having a good old rant about it. And he's just said to me, "Hang on a minute, have you put on any oil?" And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, no, actually, I haven't." So yeah, I went and put on some oils, turned on the diffuser, and it turned my mood around like instantly. So for me, it's just comfort, inspiration. It just helps me with the intention in the next thing that I'm doing as well. So that's pretty important.
Fantastic. I think that's wonderful that your partner, I wonder whether he's noticed a difference in you, or how men like to, if you might have what is it, a download with your partner or something, and they love to want to fix things up. That's usually the way that what a man does. Oh, well, you should be doing this, or they'll have 1,000 ideas or an idea, and you kind of go, oh, it's not really what I want to run with. But how beautiful to think your partner will say, I'll put some oils on, darling, and you'll go, oh,
Yes.
no worries. So I
Yeah.
think you're very lucky to have someone who's that astute and supportive.
Very lucky. And with that, we've actually got this little thing that I'm going to share. When we're venting to each other, we'll ask, Are you looking for solutions or comfort?
Oh, I like that. Yes. Isn't that wonderful? If you could, yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, I must remember that one. I'll write that
There
one
is
down.
a difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want them to be like, it's okay,
Yeah.
babe.
Give me a cuddle, like, because when you're in the heat of the moment, the last thing you really feel as if you've got the ability to solve the problem. You just want to first of all unleash, and then to have that as an option. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that. I think we all need communication skills. I see so many people who separate, and my ex-husband walked out on me and there was no conversation. It was like, see you later, I'm gone, there's another floozy down the road. And I'm kind of going, well, is this really how relationships work? And no. And I realized that communication was a big missing part of what was happening. And he'd come from a family where communication didn't really happen, so it was all very confusing for me. So all right, now we've got the lovely Kim. Now, Jane, Amy Lee, are you here? Because what I will be doing is saying to people, are you still here? Well, Tiff can draw a card, and if you're here, we'll move on to you, Amy Lee. Sorry. Yes, Jane. Amy Lee. I got confused thinking it was a Amy Lee, but it's Jane Amy Lee. Jane Lawson. Maybe was I saying, is there a Jane Amy Lee here? Oh, yes, Amy Lee. Okay. We will go with you. And Jane Lawson, I better write your name down, and you're going to have to hang in for a bit longer. I hope that's okay. Here we go, Amy Lee. Let's see what's turning up for Amy Lee.
Amy Lee pulled the beautiful sun card for you. So if you don't have a son, or if you do have a son, it's saying that somebody that is similar to like a son-like figure in your life would be good to reconnect with at the moment, and that would help reignite your inner spirit and energies. And once again, always with the fairies, whenever a child comes up, it very much is important to release your inner child and play and relax.
That sounds fantastic, and I don't think I have to pull a card for that, because I know which one I would be recommending. Actually, two for you. One would be present time. I have 3 daughters, would love to have a son. Oh, how beautiful. Well, there you go.
Maybe there's one
So,
on the way.
or maybe look out worlds. Are you ready, willing, and able? Inner child, and this is the beautiful oil that's going to help you just allow yourself to just express yourself. And I know Tiff finds this is a state that you like to be in. So inner child, this is the part of the show I love, to put some oils on myself. So I'm just going to put this around my tummy button and smell it and breathe it in, and oh gosh, it's just delicious.
And I'm
Have
going
you
to
got
use some
a
kid
feelings
power.
collection? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I haven't got one of those yet. So does it give you power too, as well as your kids?
Oh, I've been loving it. Absolutely. We've been using it. We're still home learning for another week.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
one more day.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, we've been using that in the morning, all of us. So that's been great. I can't wait to put it on them before school. So
Oh, that's beautiful. So it's time for you to really just enjoy life. And whether there's a little a boy coming, or if there's not a boy coming, well, that's okay. I realized I didn't put my little ticker up so people could find me. So I'm just going to do that. I think I will. Where's the ticker? We'll see. I don't know if this is the right one. There you are. There's some places that you can find me. So, and I've done my website wrong again. It should be my.com and then /Kay Hamilton. I have to do that. Anyway, you can find me if you need us. So, where was I? Talking about, yeah, if you don't get a son, well, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy life. Like, Those things don't really matter. Just enjoy the moment, I think, is really what's important for you, Amy Lee. That's what I'm picking up for you at the moment. So I'm going to Jane Lawson now, because I've got to go back to the comments here, because I think I got you mixed up, Jane. I put both oils. What was the oil that you used, Tiff? Amy Lee was asking.
Just now I used Kid Power, and before I used the Valor when we were talking about that.
The Kid Power was the roll-on that she put on. And if you've got 3 children, I can tell you, you need some beautiful essential oils. Now, just before we move on, why did you gravitate towards Young Living, Tiff? Because I know you're a bit like me. You used to use a few oils before you found Young Living. And what sold you, or what convinced you that you wanted to get some beautiful Young Living oils?
Well, I've always known that quality was a factor when it came to essential oils, as my mum was into them when I was little. So that definitely was a huge factor. And basically, the community that came with the team has, I didn't just make a purchase, I made connections for life. So, and it's been inspiring. I've been nonstop since.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know since when. The holidays, I've relaxed a bit, but since then, yeah, it's been nonstop.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great stuff. And I love that, because we are creating a community in our Oil Wisdom group. So there's the Facebook name there, Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom. So if you are interested in coming to our oil group, where we have chats like this, and a lot of us get to know each other. There's a few of our beautiful tribe here tonight, and they often jump on into spiritual events, and we spend 2 nights together. So we're getting to know each other. And we also have other events as well. So I had the Activate Your 2022 Vision Quest, and we'll be holding another one of those in a few weeks. So we have lots of things to offer people who are ready to evolve, and people who want to be motivated. And we work with people who want to take some action, and not ones that want to sit on the couch and expect the solutions to come to them. So we want to help you to feel reignited and re-energized and revitalized. So you still here, Jane Lawson? I know that still here is up on the screen, but that was from a little while ago. So just let me know that you're still here, and then I'll move on to Debbie Bowles. I can see Debbie's here. Maybe I'll move to Debbie and I'll come back to Jane. If you can just pop a comment, I will. Let's work with. Oh no, sorry, Jane is here. All right, so then I'm moving to Debbie, Olivia, Amy. I know we've done Amy, haven't we? I must have got Amy Lee twice. Zanelle, Christine, and then we'll see who else needs a reading. So, Jane, have you got a card chosen for Jane? What's happening for Jane?
We have a running theme.
Oh,
Children.
children. Fantastic.
So,
how many of us are mums here tonight? Let's have some conversation. Who's a mother? Who's got children? Who's pulling their hair out? Go on Tiff. Good on you, Kim Jade. I'll put your name down.
So, Jane, I'm getting for you that it says the connection with children is a part of your life purpose. So whether that means as a mother with your children, or working with children, or even just connecting with your inner child is a very big one with this too. The thing about children is they're fearless, and they make choices, given without restrictions, without given guidelines. They make their choices from the heart. Let's be honest, they're pure, aren't they? So that's very much the feeling I'm getting from that for you. So your heart.
Look at these 3 children and worried about your son. So we've got this running theme around children and what's going on. So I've picked up the Heart Blossoming deck, and we have some lovely oils in this deck that we can reach for. and this one's for the word Jane. Sorry for Jane, and it is yarrow. So it will help you to stay balanced and move away from feelings of being erratic. I am the balance point in my life. So I think for you, it's a time for you to realize that you've got to keep the balance and just feel that your life isn't, moving around too much in unwanted ways. You've got this. And I'm just going to pick another card because I don't think we've got yarrow with Young Living anyway, but let's see what else is coming up for you, Jane. Oh, and it's two cards came again. So one's transformation, which is going to help you transform all those feelings of negativity and open you up to positivity. And white angelica is a beautiful blend. So here's the white angelica, and here's a transformation. Beautiful blends. And white angelica is going to make you feel really, nurtured and protected. And I always feel like white angelica is the one you use when you feel you want the angel wings to come around you and give you sort of this beautiful sense of, inner peace and inner calm. Both of these oils. This one's a bit of a heavier oil, the inner transformation, but it's still got top notes in it. But the white angelica it's just divine. So if you want to ditch your toxic perfumes and you want something that's going to be really healthy and help you to smell beautiful, these oils are awesome. And I'll go places. Have you noticed, Tiff, people say, what's that smell? It's just beautiful. And I'll say, oh, it's probably me. Or some people might say, I can't stand that smell, but you don't worry about those. You don't get too many. So you might just walk into a shop or something. So, I know a lady who walked into a post office and somebody smelled her oils and she made a sale there. They got to know each other and they, became great friends and great oily friends or oily sisters. Now, Kim's saying, I think you know who you had to forgive. Fantastic, Kim. That's once you hit that nail on the head, you never look back. I will put my website link in the comments for you, Jane. But if you would like a conversation, I always offer the girls a chat with me or a chat with Tiff, whoever you feel comfortable with, or you can chat with both of us, and we can help you get set up with that. I will write or you see my name in the comments back there. You can friend request me, and but I also will put my right email for the website in the comments as well. Okay, Jane, that's you sorted. Now, Debbie, are you here? And then we'll move on to Olivia. Debbie Bowles, are you still around? Aha, Mum, Nan of one. And I love Christine's comments of adult children, but still pulling your hair out. Well, I know what that feels like. I've survived 4 children. I've got 6 grandchildren. I've got a 7th grand something on the way. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. One for Debbie. And let me know when you're sorted, Tiff. You can.
Healing, healed, healer. So a loving energy of healing surrounds you in this situation. So I'm getting that, whatever inner work that you've been doing or outer work that you've been doing, it's really going to start to come to fruition for you, as long as you continue to have faith and continue down that right path. With healing, it's like when you have antibiotics, the doctor will tell you, like, just because the cough goes away, for example, not that they see you for that anymore, you need to keep finishing the course. And that's very important for the healing process, to actually make sure it gets all of the bits that you're not seeing and aware of, I guess. So just pay attention to anything that's passing by that's not pleasant, I guess any unpleasant feelings and things like that, and try and resonate with it and see what it's trying to teach you.
Mm-hmm. And let's know if that resonates with you, Debbie. And the card that we have picked for you is inspiration. And this is a beautiful oil for inspiration. Are you feeling stuck at the moment? What's happening? Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling not motivated? What's happening? Are you feeling lacking direction? Is kind of what I'm picking up. So inspiration is a great oil. And Tiffany's quite an artist and a creative person. Have you tried inspiration with your artwork yet?
No,
No?
not yet. I'd like
On the
to.
list?
Yeah.
So this is one that artists use, or people who are, ready to be inspired and want to, get their mojo back. So inspiration will lift you out of that, that heaviness and align you with your creativity. It's a fantastic oil to use to, kick you out of the blues and to give you this kind of a wake-up call, so that your unlimited energy can flow through you. Feeling stuck with no direction and trying to heal from a bad relationship. Okay, well, grab yourself some oils. That's the first thing I would say. I think I've saved a lot of money on counselling and a lot of time and energy that I might have, spent with girlfriends unleashing or whatever. What I love about these oils is they can help you drop into, it's like, the pennies dropped, or the behavior that you're the response or reaction you might have when you're interacting with someone. Once you start using the oils, well, this is what's happened for me. I don't know if you've noticed this, Tiff. I started changing my patterns, and it was without going to a counselor and having, lots of sessions. To me, the oils just, I can't explain it, but they just do this beautiful transformation, inner transformation. And it just like you're coming home to yourself, I think, and you're coming home to your soul. What can you put any words to what they've done for you, Tiff?
It is hard to explain, isn't it? I agree with everything you've said. It's absolutely like the breaking patterns is one of the hard things to do. And I don't mean like, the physical patterns so much, but, emotional, mental patterns that, are really hard to actually quite recognize, triggers and things. And instead of going into, say, like a breakdown or disassociation mode, for example, already you've breaking those patterns by reaching for the oils, and
Yes,
and then
yes.
you feel just so revitalized and thankful, and
Mm.
depending on the oil, there's lots of other things you can feel too. And it's just incredible, honestly. Like when I ordered them, I knew that they were going to be great and that, I was going to feel good when I put them on. But honestly, I couldn't imagine. Um, I feel like a new me. And it's great.
Yeah. I like that. I've got a friend who had PTSD, and she started using frankincense. And she said to me recently, and it was like, when the triggers happen, when she was triggered, she'd grabbed the frankincense and she started associating it with something positive. But she said to me recently, I wish I'd used a lot more different oils, a lot of different types, because she stuck to one, and then it associated her with that unhappiness. I think it was like, so you need variety. And
Yeah.
Gary Young was always said to us, look, change up what you do, because if we get in those grooves I always talk about train tracks. You get on those grooves of a train track, and if you're not careful, you get stuck in the groove. And if you want to change your direction or change your experiences, what you're receiving and what you're getting, well, not much changes, unless you start making some changes. And that's what I really think these oils certainly do.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yes. Yeah. And another one is, what the only change constant is change. So, Olivia, are you still here? I've got to scroll a fair way back by the look of this. And there are a couple of questions coming through. I can't even see where Olivia's first comment was. So can you just say, just give me a call out if you are still here. Zanelle, are you still here? Christine, are you here? Kim Jade? And hello, Kylie. I saw you post, what was it? They soothe your soul. And I think that's fantastic. That's a really nice thing to do, a nice thing to say. So where are we going to? Who's going to call out first? Okay, we're going to go with Kim Jade. We're just going to take some potluck here, so I know where we're going. And if you're still here watching, give me a yes. We do still have 10 minutes, so we will see who else. So Jade, Kim Jade. Let's see, what card? Have you got a card there, Tiff? Oh, you have. You were sitting.
The new home.
New home. Nice.
So if you're not planning on moving, don't freak out. If you are, looks positive. Congratulations, I guess. But for me, this card's very much, if you look at her, she's moved into herself. She's moved into her new light, and she's at home within herself. She's radiating power and light and energy, and that's the right direction for you. Whatever direction you're heading, keep on going, baby.
Okay, so I like the idea of, Jade, you're being really honest there and saying, I wish. So my question is, what are you going to do about it, and what are you doing about it? Are you taking some action? And if you really want to do that inner work, that's when you will get, the wishes will come true. And the card that's come out for you is Palo Santo, and that's a beautiful oil to help clear the negativity. It's a spiritual oil. It's great for meditation. It's great to cleanse the energy. Offhand, I don't think I've got a little bottle next to me. I do have it, but on my other stand. But Palo Santo, very good oil for cleansing and uplifting. So if you want to know more about that, Kim, or anybody, we're just giving you a little snippet here, but reach out and let's have a chat, and I can give you a little bit more insight offline. So good luck with all that. So remember, the only constant is change, and I think we all forget that we think other people have got the power to dictate to us, but in actual fact, we've got the power within us, but generally we've given it away. Yeah. And we are going to, and Kim said, what did she say? Palo Santo, what is it? So many headaches. Okay, so there's maybe a few things you need to look at there. We have M-grain here. We use peppermint on our temples to, cope with that, stress. There's so many things you can do to support yourself with oils. Was it you, Tiff, that had a headache? That was Tori, I think. Someone's recently.
I use it for headaches as well, absolutely. Yeah. I like it on the back of my neck and on the temples.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, Jane, we can have a conversation. Now we're moving on to Christine. I think you have commented just here. We will move to Christine and see how we're going. So Christine, I've done Kim, and then Oni, I can support you, and then Kylie will go to you, and then I'll put Stacey. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to support you, but you can always come and join our Oil Wisdom group, and we do more of this on a Wednesday night as well. So who are we going to? Who did I say? Christine. All right. So Tiffy, let us know when you've got a card for Christine.
I've got the beautiful Be Yourself card. So
nice.
The most important thing about being yourself, the best thing about being yourself, is that when you are your true authentic self, when you step into that, everything else, as you said, just aligns, it falls into place. You'll find that once you just love yourself so hard, that light goes outwards. And it's time for you to do that work. It's time for you to just love yourself and be yourself. And you'll find that anything that's going on for you right now, I think that's going to be the most important thing for you, is to make sure that whatever you're doing comes from a place where you're loving yourself.
Fantastic. And the blend I've got for you is motivation, and it's eliminates procrastination, eliminates stress, brings more positivity into your life, and it helps you cope with fears. So does that relate to you, Christine? Have you lost your get up and go? Is there something? I feel like I just get this little message that there's something that you want to do, or you're getting these urges, but what are you doing with the urges? And are you getting urges? And if so, what are you getting them for? Do you know what that's all about? So that's a little bit of insight for you. And the oil motivation, I feel like I'd be putting that around your heart area. I feel maybe, there might be a bit of grief or trauma that you've been going through, and it's time for you to really deal with that. So if that's the case, what are you going to do? And grab yourself some oils. Don't what is it, post haste. And start experiencing some things, bring some things into your life. Okay, thanks, Christine, that's spot on. So sounds like you need to have a conversation with me too, and let's get some oils coming your way so that you can you can really shift what's going on. And I only just saw this comment too. I've been through 3 hard years. My hubby died this year, and I've started to love myself. So Christine, my heart, I'm getting all really goosebumps for you. So I feel very much for you. And if you are ready to really shift through that, grab yourself some oils, because just lemon oil is a great oil for grief. Just plain old lemon oil is fantastic oil. You can have your diffuser going. I think it's really a time, if your husband's not there, you're going to have to fill that void and start loving yourself. Now, who are we going to? That's Christine. I just have to tick that one off. Zanelle, I don't know. Oh, yes, Zanelle. You are here, so your name was on my list. I don't think Olivia's still here, so I'm going to go to Lizelle. I hope you can hear us. If not, what you're going to have to do is listen to the replay. So we'll let Tiffie choose a card.
So I've pulled here the debt paid off card,
Wow.
which doesn't necessarily have to mean anything to do with cash if that's not something going on with your life, because fairies don't really care about money. But perhaps you feel like you've owed something to someone or some such situation recently, and I feel like you're going to have a weight lifted off your shoulders very soon.
Wonderful. And the blend that I've chosen is gratitude. So I think it's time for you to be thanking what comes your way and opening up the door to know that the universe is always conspiring on your behalf. So that really marries up with, feeling debt free. How fantastic. So start feeling grateful for what you do have in your life, and you'll notice that will open you up. It'll give you a whole different lens, and energetically, once we step into that energy of really truly feeling grateful, that shifts everything and brings in the passion, that helps to ignite us and rejuvenate us and things like that. So now Oni was asking, what were you asking? Something back here, something for a shoulder, I think. So in our beautiful kit, premium starter kit, I think that's what it was. You better type it back again for me, Omi, because I've got to scroll too far. Yes, please, with headaches and a sore neck. Okay, so we talked about peppermint. So I know some people put a drop on the top of their head, and that releases the tension. A sore neck, I would be looking at Hanaway. This is a beautiful oil that comes in our premium bundle. Oh, you've got some right there. And This is great to use on your neck, even the peppermint or lavender. We've got actually the collection of oils that Tiff's got behind her there comes with 12 oils. Now, you could use any of those 12 really on your neck, but I'd be reaching for Panaway and I'd be reaching for peppermint and lemon out of that collection. And
Would be using them in
also,
that order.
oh yeah, you could too. You could layer them. Good thinking. And if it's your neck, what are you being stiff necked, tight necked? What are you not looking at? Or have you been looking behind you? You know, sometimes neck is often in the direction of where you're going and where you're thinking. Hello, beautiful Barbie Cawthorn. How are you, darling? I love you. We've got a date to make. Maybe one day next week. Barbie's on here, and Barbie is a feng shui specialist up on the Gold Coast. Beautiful lady, beautiful friend. So, Oni, I hope that helps you. Kylie Schwarten, I will do a quick one for you. I will do Stacey. We've got 1 minute when we're running out of time. So, as I say, my website's there. I've typed in the comments on my phone so you can grab my profile. And hello to the beautiful Jess Miller. Who we were doing? Kylie Schwarten. Have you got one for Kylie?
Flower power.
Whoa! Ha-ha! And
So
Kylie,
time to play, time to
time to
reconnect with
play.
nature, time to
Yes.
reconnect with your inner child.
Yep.
If you have children around you, it's time to spend lots of good time with them. Go outside and make a flower potion. We all did it when we were kids.
I love that. And the
That's what
card, the blend I've pulled out is grounding. Get balanced, stay focused, and it's stabilizing. So, Kylie, you've got to get out in the garden, get your feet on the ground, and connect with the ground, and connect with the fairies, and connect with Mother Earth. So, so that you can just, I feel like you need to, like lie on the grass and imagine you're like a little kid again, and just have some fun. So that's Kylie and Stacey Andrews. I think we can squeeze in. Let's squeeze one quick one in for Stacey. What great. Yes, we do. Seems the perfect time being the year of the tiger. Big hugs. Thanks, Barbie. I've been thinking of you to send you a message. Yay, Kylie. Thanks for the and who's this one for?
Or didn't you just say
Stacey.
you,
Yes, I
Stacey?
did. Yes.
Love life. So if you aren't in a relationship, you might be meeting a little someone special soon. If you're not looking for
Ooh.
one, then your self-love relationship's gonna go passion fire. I'm getting if you're already in a relationship, it's gonna get exciting. And once again, because when I say we pull the children, because they aren't, believe it or not, they're not all children on these cards. There are,
That's
varying ages of fairies, I promise. But it's play, reconnect.
Nice. Okay, and the card or the oil blend for you is called present time. So it's telling you you've got to stay in the present, in the here and now, Stacey. Don't worry about the past. It's been and gone. And if there's
Or the
things in your
future.
past, if there's things in the past that you that are still compounding where you are, that's okay. You need to do that processing, but really make sure that you are in the moment. Definitely do the inner processing work that you need to do. We've all got to stamp our feet. We've all got to, scream if we need to scream. We've all got to cry when we need to cry. But we don't want to be stuck in that energy. We've got to move through it, and we've got to look to the bottom of what is happening in your life so that you can actually look to the reason, because usually what's presenting now, it's still an old wound from the past. And if we haven't resolved the old wounds from the past, we're just going to keep bringing that into our life until we've banged our head around and we've, done our sun dance and, all our whatever it is. And then you get to a point where you go, well, okay, what's this? If I'm stuck in that roundabout energy, what good is it doing?
And as we mentioned before, communication, if you're off, you need to communicate that,
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
block that throat chakra either.
Yeah, exactly. So then you'd be looking at oils for the throat chakra. That's of course where I go to.
Mm.
So present time. This is the one that I like to put this one on my thymus. So I just get a little drop on the end of my finger and I will put it here with and just take a moment of a little bit of reverence when you use these oils. We kind of we're using them tonight pretty quickly, and you can use them quickly, but when you use them with intention, their ability to support us is magnified, absolutely magnified. So present time, this one's to keep you in the here and now, Stacey, and not be too worried about the future and not get too caught up in the past. So I hope that one speaks to you. So the year of the tiger, Barbie, is also romantic love, woohoo. I'm going to pull a really quick one for Barbie, and then we must go. Come and find us on Kay's Essential Oil Wisdom Group, where we have really good funky times like this, and you get lots of education around oils. And I hope that you all have a really good think about what you're going to do to change what's happening in your world. And Barbie, have you got a decision to make? So the oil that's come up for you is clarity. Is common sense. So for making a decision for better commitment. So there might be something at the moment you might be at. I'm wondering if it's a crossroad or something that you have to make some decision on. And common sense helps you to kind of really think about it and not kind of go, "Yay, that's a good idea," without actually looking at things a little bit deeper and looking at the practical side of that. Oil
Pulled
up,
a
peeps,
card
game
quickly
changer.
too.
Oh, yes.
Vegetarian card. So that doesn't necessarily, mean that you need to pay attention to your diet, although it very much could. So if you need to be eating fresh, make sure you're eating fresh. But that also can mean, making sure that you're making choices with clarity, and that, perhaps you need to do some research, and that you're making sure that you're making your decisions from a strong foundation.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And Barbie said she's doing a bit of a reset. So that's good.
Detox, absolutely. The diet.
Oh, reset. But yes, yeah, great. Thanks, Barbie. Well, we've been a bit naughty and we've gone over. I hope the next one goes at 8:30. But we have really enjoyed being with you all tonight. And Nikita, I can't take the time to answer that. Please reach out. If anyone wants just to chat with me, I'm right up for just having a bit of a chat on Messenger. If you want to know more about the oils, I'll give you the time of day. If you're really keen to get yourself a kit, let's get started. Why wait another day? I know Tiff's turned her life around in 4 months, and I'm actually looking forward to watching Tiff grow and evolve, because this is just the beginning. So fantastic. Yeah. And, Tiff, we talked about this before we came on board. I don't think you would have ever thought 4 months ago you'd be jumping on a live with me, you know, in your courage and in your confidence to present and do something like this. I don't think you'd been dreaming up that, had you?
No, not
Or
at
maybe
all.
you
I
had.
liked a Facebook page, and here we are, like, like you would have known.
Fantastic. All right, everybody, look, take care. Make sure you keep your vibrations really high through your breath, through your grounding, through your oils, and through the people you are near and dear to. So from our hearts to your hearts, it's over from me and over from Tiff.
Good
Yeah.
night, guys. Much
Thanks.
love.
Thanks for being with me, Tiff. Bye,
Thanks for having
everybody.
me.
Bye.